everyone. Coach Sullivan here again with MJS Coaching Football. To my subscribers, say thank you, and to non-subscribers, I really hope you do. I just completed my 38th year coaching football as a defensive coordinator. With all of that span, I've been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, longtime head coach, and all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. But I'd like to talk to you today in this presentation about our match quarters concept that we call Gray 4 versus a two-man route concept that we call Oklahoma. Okay, Oklahoma. So we're going to show it to you out of our base versus 11 personnel formation that we call gun Dallas pistol, middle of the field. Just that way I can show you what an attached outside linebacker does and a detached. Okay? So the key terms, first one is surface. Surface is offensive line, tackle to tackle. All 11 defenders, save one, the rover. So 10 out of 11 are reading and reacting to the surface, the offensive line. So when the surface shows pass, okay, defensive line kicks in, and I'm going to show you Gray 4 how that impacts the 4 defenders on either side. Non-subscribers, push that button and you have access to everything, including the premise behind Gray 4 match quarters. Second thing is, and this goes back to my time playing at UMass under Coach Reed, best coach ever. Read number 2, he tells you what to do. Read number 2, he tells you what to do. Absolutely, okay? And so I've been coaching that ever since I started, way back when. And in this case, number 2 is running an out route, well under 10 yards. Usually in the Oklahoma concept, it's between 5 and 7. Sometimes it might be a little quicker. Depending, if it's in the red zone goal line, it will definitely be quicker, okay, as an example. Okay, so the two-man route concept, sometimes we call it motorboat, right, because it's an outgo, like an outgoing outboard motor. But the reality is we call it Oklahoma. Okay, I'm just being silly there with the motorboat. So the outside linebackers, their rule of thumb here is they're going to read surface to 2, expand, balance, okay, versus, this is versus Oklahoma now. Expand, balance, running back 2, crosser. Expand, balance, running back 2, crosser. So I'll show you that with both outside linebackers. Number 5, the corners, both field and boundary, they're going to surface to 2, and then they're going to match the out at 2. Match 2. I'll show you what that is. Number 6, the safeties, both free and the whip, they're going to zone off, and then it's man over 10 versus number 1. So we'll show you that. Okay, technique. And then last and certainly not least are the inside linebackers who read surface to 2, and then it's running back 2 or mirror the cue. Running back 2 or mirror the cue. Everything's in rhymes because that's how we learn as human beings, right? It sticks. So right now I'm going to go over to here. And so Gray 4, okay, see I have these 4 underlined in red. This is their number 2 that they're reading and reacting to. Over here, these 4 underlined in blue are reading and reacting to this number 2. Okay, so Gray 4 is independent. It's not a split coverage. It's the same coverage on both sides, but it acts independently. Depending on what this number 2 does affects these 4. Depending on what this number 2 affects these 4. Okay, so that's important. So there you go. That's a freebie, non-subscribers. So starting off over here, since the offense is in black, I'm going to draw what they do in green. The defense is in green. I'll draw what they're going to do in black. Okay, and I'm just going to say it now, and this is the same for all 8 defenders. Surface to 2. Surface to 2. All 8 of them. With the exception of him, which I'll cover why right now in a second. Surface to 2, surface to 2, surface to 2. And when the 2 is, surface shows pass. Okay? So when surface shows pass, eyes to 2. Okay? I said it. I'm over coaching that point because that's everything we do is based on that, but I'm not going to say it every single time. Okay? Everybody with me on that? Okay. So the attach means the outside linebacker on the tight end. He's the only one not reading the surface because his world is the tight end. He's in a 2-point stance, nice and balanced, feet under hips. Tight ends, hands on the ground. He moves, knock back every time. Knock back. That's an everyday drill. Drills. It's built into everything. Our outside linebacker, who's a rover, goes to that tight end. Okay? So now he'll hear pass from his buddies. So we just teach him whether it's inside or outside release. Knock back. You're going to try and hold him up as long as you can, but as soon as you turn like so, you got to let him go. So we just say, turns your hips. He opens the door, let him go. Okay, let him go. So now, here is Oklahoma on the attached side. One runs the go. Two runs the out. Remember, well under 10. Okay? So what happens first with the attached? Boom! Right? Knock back. You get the pass read. You get turned. Now you expand. Eyes go to one every time. They expand every time. One's on a go, expand and balance, right? One's on the go, expand and balance. Now, eyes go to running back. So I'm going to stop right there with him. Okay, sorry about that. To the corner, okay? He sit steps, walk pedal, butt to boundary. He sees twos out to him. That's what's meant by match. You match the out. He's coming to you. You have outside leverage, okay? Outside in. That's what we call match. So you take it right now, okay? Now, match it. The more experienced the corner is, they can kind of bait the quarterback sometimes, him thinking that it's a cover 2 look. So they got the flat, and then he drives on it. Don't encourage it until you guys are exceptionally experienced with it. Right now, they see twos out, boom, stick it in the ground, come up and match it. That's what we teach all of our corners, even the experienced ones, early in first day, I should say, of spring and preseason. So that's the match, and I'm going to show you over there the same thing. Now we get to the ever-important safeties, or zit, zit, zit surface, right? They match the release of number 2. So if 2's out, safety's out. That's what we say, zone off to number 1. Because the corner's matching, right? This is match quarters. We let the route concept tell us where we need to be for coverage. So 2's out, he's out. He knows the corner's matching the out. So now you get the man over 10 principles, which he's already on the inside wall, and he's going to be on the dominant, on top, upfield shoulder. Okay? So his position puts him in the wall, which is where we want him to be. Because now the quarterback has to throw it across his face. So he walls, and he's dominant. So for the safety, this is easy. It really is. And it's not too hard for the corners either. We love Oklahoma. And this is a route concept everybody runs. Professional level, Alabama level, any level. Okay? I'm going to save the 2 inside linebackers for last. So now over here, and you know, receiver stems, they would get separation and spacing. I don't have that ability here, so please factor that in. Ball snapped. Right, there's Oklahoma. 1's on the go, 2's on the out, right? So the detach, the only difference is he doesn't have to do any type of knockback. So as he expands, he sees it's an out, he sees one's vertical, expand, balance, running back 2. It's the same. It's mirrored. Corner, right? Walk pedal, reads the out of 2. Come up and match it. Everything's the same. Free safety. Okay, zit steps. Mirrors the release. He zones off, and I'm going to ride it. He walls, and he's dominant on the vertical, the go route of number 1. Easy peasy. Okay? Now, last but not least are the 2 inside linebackers. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to draw the inside linebacker in 2 scenarios, but in the same side. He runs a flare route this way. Both inside linebackers pivot on their inside foot. Eyes go to 2. 2's not to them. They pivot back. Their eyes go to the running back. So surface to 2 to running back. Surface to 2 to running back, right? So there it is. Okay, I'll start with the easy one. Running backs away, right? Running back 2 or mirror the cue. Running backs away, he slides over and he mirrors the quarterback. So if the quarterback has to tuck it and run, he's got a linebacker waiting for him. It's good versus a running quarterback, but we don't have to practice anything special. They do this versus everybody. Okay, it's beautiful. So now over here, you got 2 linebackers, outside and inside. So the outside linebacker's going to come up and take the running back. So as the inside linebacker goes, he doesn't know that number 1's running vertically. He doesn't know that. Okay? So he has to assume the outside linebacker is not available. He should see same color going for running back. Puts on the brakes, comes back in and adds as an additional mirror. So no, we don't have both linebackers chasing the running back. That wouldn't be very smart. Okay? So the other scenario, and this one will build in for the outside linebackers, running back 2 or crosser, running back 2 or crosser. In fact, they're both going to be looking for the crossers here. When the running back blocks, okay, that's the key rush. When the running back blocks, this gets messy fast. Okay, so he pivots back. Running back's blocking to him. Running back's his key. When the key's blocking, you rush, you blitz. That's what's meant by key rush. Add to the rush, blitz. Blitz the open gap. When we teach them and drill it, if the running back doesn't try to block you, stop and retrace. It's screen. That means the mirror guy and you will have the screen covered. So I never worry about getting hurt by a running back screen. Never, ever, because that's built in. It's a base part of our match quarters grade 4. They do it every single time we run grade 4. Okay, so it's nothing special that we prepare for or practice for. So now when the running back is either away from them, like it was both times for him, or in this case, even though it's to him, he's blocking, he's looking for the crosser coming from this side, he's looking for the crosser coming from the other side. That's what they're looking for. They operate independently, but there will be times when they run Oklahoma over here and somebody's dragging across the field from over there. Well, that's built into the coverage. It's another presentation, but it's built in. Follow me? Okay. So as I said at the beginning, to my subscribers, I thank you. I hope non-subscribers, we've teased you into hitting that button. To everyone, questions, please reach out to me, CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com. It's starting to happen. When it does, I'm learning football. I know I'm helping the people on the other side of the screen, and that's what this platform's for. So thank you to YouTube for providing this platform.